Well, hey there. Just waited a few so you can hear some of the beautiful sounds of nature as usual in the water. Hey, Heather, how are you, sweetie? I hope everybody is safe and well by you. I'll be so happy when things start to evolve. I won't say go back to normal because there's no such thing. Oh, I have some good news for you. Well, some good information. Let me say not good news, but good information. I just completed my 4-week class that I was. Hi, Kathy. How are you? Hope all is well. I just completed my 4-week class. I did a distance learning class for Sullivan County Community College. Shout out to Hillary. Thank you for the opportunity. And those, all right, Bugs. And though she didn't know it, everyone assumes that Shirley does so many things. Hey, Cousin Pam, and that she knows and does so much, but I don't really. I do more than usual, but not a whole lot. And so doing Zoom and being formal is has not been one of my most favoriteest things, I'll say. And I feared going, live doing things because I do have a potty mouth. I come from the garbage industry for so long. And I really don't like to dress things up and make them all pretty unless I need to for someone's, for someone's personality or someone's feelings or things like that. But for the most, I'm pretty direct and frank. I'm kind, but I'm real. So I always feared that. And I did a 4-week class, and it was called Navigating the New Norm, because people, when I signed up to do the class, we were just all afraid. We didn't know what was going on. You get all this misinformation and all of these things. So if you're watching, say hello so I know who's watching, because I can't really see unless you say something. So just say, hey, thumbs up, anything. I don't care. Hey, Liz. So anyway, I signed up for this class, and I'd been working on some content and material, and so when I did it, it was in the beginning of everything. Hey, Ernie. Hey, Anna. Hey, Annette. How are you? And I really wasn't too keen on it. It wasn't really my thing. And so I did it, and I smashed it. But not only did I smash it, let me say this. I say smashed it, not as in, all cocky like I did it. I was scared as all get out because it's just not the structure the way I like to do things. And it said a lot about, what this COVID-19 is making all of us do. Think real deeply about the things we thought were important, the things we needed to buy, the places we thought we needed to go, and the things we thought we needed to do. So I've been avoiding doing things online for probably, I'm going to say 2 years now. And I'm glad I did it, and it really stretched me more than I want to admit. But it felt so good. Hey, Joe. It felt so good to do at the same time. But more importantly, the outcome of the people who signed up for the course. Wow, like how interactive it was and how great it was. And so though they don't know, and they know now because, I share everything. I don't keep secrets. But they were, so grateful and gracious to me. Hey, Donald Bear. They were so grateful and gracious to me. However, hey, Fred, they have no clue how much they helped me. And that's the beauty of what I do, because I live to serve. And by doing that, one of my favorite quotes is, service to many leads to greatness. And so, of course, the name of my business is Ordinary Greatness. And I guess I should start from the beginning for some people who have just popped on and don't know. My name is Shirley Felder, and I'm a life coach with an organization called Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise. And I'm also the CEO of my own coaching business, hi Stinky, Ordinary Greatness. And I live to serve. Hi, Cindy. And so now I'm back to this class. So I did this class. It was great. It was over. I know, I'm on the chair. My daughter tells me, don't sit on this chair. You rock too much. And I rock anyway. But it's a habit. Hi, Rachel. How are you? And you buy your mother a new chair so she could sit properly, okay? Stop critiquing me on my chair because I rock. So anyway, So the class went great, and the people were great, and the collaboration and the teamwork and everyone just participating and being authentic and real, because, whenever we take these personal development things, good, thank you, Liz. Whenever you take these personal development courses, or whenever you take these steps to try to improve on who you are, especially us as adults, kids are used to learning. They don't like it, but they're used to learning. For us, we're afraid somebody might know that we don't know everything, or someone might figure out whatever is in our closet that we think they don't have, that we all have, right? So it was really cool, and it was just awesome, and I'm overjoyed about the outcome of it. I'm waiting for my surveys. I just sent those out a little while ago for them to fill out, and I want them to be honest, because as I always say, that I want to be great. I don't just want to be good. I want to be able to know that I've added some value to their life, help them move to whatever the next step is. Even if it's telling somebody off, it's an improvement, because you've been holding all of that in, stressing yourself out. So whatever those baby steps are, hey Trish, I'm with it. So I wanted to talk about that. And I also wanted to talk about some of us, we really know who we are. We know ourselves. Somebody let me know, please, when it's like 6:15 or 6:20, because I'm supposed to be on another Zoom, and I've been threatening Susan Diamond that I'm going to make it to one of her amazing workshops on money, and I want to make it to hers tonight. But I felt it was important to share with you before I did that. So some of us know who we are. Deep down inside, we know, but we let this thing called stinking thinking get us. And then sometimes we let people who we think are more important than us, or have, hi Jeannie, how are you? I was talking about you the other day on our first time ever on stage. So we let people, do that little buzzing in our ear. We listen to their noise, and thank you, Joe. We listen to their noise and all of those things. And sometimes through life experience, we change and shift due to those experiences. They make us, they help to push us in other directions. And if we don't have support and training and encouragement, and we're continually learning and evolving, you kind of get constipated. People say stuck. No, you are constipated. You are stuck right there, and you don't know which way to go, so it just sits right there. So with that being said, I took two different tests on personality and my traits and all of these things. And I'm pretty good at knowing who I am. I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses, but it's really cool when you see it on paper. And of course it's amazing when you get it and you read it, and it's like, how did they know that from me saying whether I like to give orders or not? How did they know that by me saying I may or may not like confrontation, all these things? So, it's scientifically done. It's pretty amazing. Thank you, Pam. And so I took the exam, and I wanted to share what some of it said. So it said that my top thing says that for you, it's good to be alive. And I always say, people say, why do you smile so much? Your life can't be that great. I've been through some crap. However, I love my life, and I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. So it says it's good to be alive. I love that, because that is so me. It says you find a way to make things more vital. I try. What good does it do for us to continually complain? It's not going to change, right? So for things to change, we've got to change. We've got to change our way we see things, or, change the narrative, whatever it is, but we've got to flip it so that it works for us. It says that I'm an includer, adaptable, fascinated by ideas. For those who used to work for me, they know I love to create ideas, my poor Patty. They know I love to create ideas, but now finish them is somebody else's job. So that was pretty cool. It says, in your world, there are no strangers, just friends I haven't met yet. It's really cool, because that's truly who I am. And sometimes, some of you know that I'm single, so I'm on a lot of dating sites, and I enjoy meeting people. It's not always about a date, but it's just about meeting new people, learning about things. And I love human nature, and I like to study what people do. So I'm not afraid to meet people and talk to them. And so whenever I meet some really cool guys, hi Jody. Whenever I meet some really cool guys, there may not be a love connection, but we make a friendship. And it's like we've been friends forever. And sometimes I say, okay, are you just saying like weird stuff so that they're your friend? What is it that you connect like that? And I have friends now, and I've been on dating sites, I don't know, 5 or 6 years. I have friends from 5 or 6 years. I help them fix their site, because guys, if you're listening and you're single, don't kiss fish. Don't let the dog lick you in the face. That's so not cool. Don't like have your hair standing straight up in the air and we think that's hot. So not. So when I see men, because I have 9 brothers, when I see men they write really nice things. Hey Charlie, they write really nice things, but then they put up stupid pictures of their boat and their cars and all of this stuff. Shut up, Joe. And all of this stuff. We don't really care about that. We want to, at this age, we want to get, hi Teresa, we want to get to the core of you and what you have to offer. So, hey Sandy Lee. So anyway, so all of that being said, I got off the track, but, I know, it was about the strangers and just friends that I haven't met yet. So it's really cool that I'm reading these personality traits, and the things that make me think are you crazy or what's going on? Like, they were just popping up, and they were really, really awesome. Good to see you, Charlie. It says, my values are authenticity, kindness, leadership, and creativity. If you know me, you know that's true. It says I initiate change. I like to lead others, mentor, and motivate. Delegate and manage. Again, for the people who work for me, they know that part too. So it was really, really cool, though, to read it and know that they asked you the oddest questions that really had nothing to do about this stuff. There might have been one or two things that they asked you that pertain to it. Hey, Jackie. But most of them weren't, and it was so cool to take the test. And they range anywhere from like 100. There's some free ones, but they're not as good, because the test that I took, they tell you what some of your traits are, what your career choices could be, and probably some of you want to take that test today. And then it gives you ways to tweak some of the things so that you can live your best life. So I thought that was really cool about it. It said my personality, again, no epiphanies here, talkative, positive thinker, absent-minded. Now, absent-minded, clarity, in the way that it was a full sentence. It says that you can be absent-minded when you're speaking to clients or friends or family, or you're getting involved in something and you can lose track of time. That's why I asked you to tell me about the time, because I'm probably going to be late for her Zoom, because I see people are coming on and I want to share. So, it said warm, hospitable, accepting, giving, sensitive, vulnerable, and non-judgmental. And again, those are really, I'm sure my kids would debate about the non-judgmental part, but that's my job, to be tough on them so that they can become the best them that they can be. God forbid I leave this planet too soon like my mother did. They will have a structure and things in place. So it's pretty cool. So I just wanted to share that if anyone wants to learn about, a little bit more about themselves, because we've had a lot of time to be. Rick, how are you? Oh, you're the best. I like to shout out people. This guy that's just came on. I'm going to leave you alone. Hey, cutie pie. Just be good and take care of yourself. I'm glad you're doing better and you're on here. So anyway, I wanted to share that. And I think that it's important. We've spent so much time, these bugs. No, I don't have the fire because I don't want to keep it running. Hi, Myra, how are you? So anyway, these personality things are important because we've been sitting home with ourselves trying to figure out who the heck we are now. Our jobs define some of us. Our kids being a certain way in school defined us. I might have to start a fire because they love me today. All these things that we thought defined us. And they don't, because who we are is right here. And sometimes it goes from here to here, and then it comes out of here, right? And so knowing who we are and being assertive about it will allow us to live our best life. And that's what I'm about, helping people do that. And I just did that I'm going to bring it up again because I see some new people on. I just did a 4-week class, a distance learning class, and I think I'm going to run it again. Hey, Jimmy, how are you? I think I'm going to run it again. Privately, but I did a 4-week class, and it was entitled Navigating the New Normal, because once we do get unleashed out into the wild again, there isn't going to be anything that looked like what we used to know, a version thereof. And so I did a class called Navigating the New Norm. And the first week we talked about our mental health, getting our thoughts together and talking about what I tend to call, hi Latisse, I tend to call stinking thinking. Because again, I say this all the time, you're going to hear me say it. No one has the balls to really look you in the face and say, you're not pretty, you're fat, your hair is too dark, your hair is too gray, you're short, you're tall, you're stupid. They don't really, hi Robin, they don't really say that to our face. Some might think it, but they don't say it to us. They're chicken littles, even if they thought it. But we think it because we're not secure in who we are. We've allowed people to shake our tree. We've allowed people to steer us in another direction from where, our path, right? And so we've got to get back on our path. And how you get on that path and stay there is continually learning. If you're not continually reading, going to some kind of class, elevating yourself, listening to other people, sharing stories, then you are constipated if you haven't figured that out. Thank you, Joe. And so this class, we talked about our mental health, getting our thoughts together. Hi, Riva. And we talked about our habits, habitual health. And all of these things that I covered in this class, I learned with the training organization, the coaching organization, Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise. And it's really added some major components to my life and added a lot of information, things that I didn't know. Like I'd been coaching and talking, but by joining this organization, it took me to a whole different level and it gave me friends all over the world. Most of my friends are in Canada now. Hey, Cuz. Hey, Chad. Most of my friends are in Canada with this organization, but they're all over. And some people, join the organization and leave. Some of my best friends I met through there. Sam Black, I love you. So anyway, we covered the health of your mental habits, implementing some new habits, getting rid of the habits that no longer serve us. Then we talked about finances, not to the fact about money, but our mindset about money. A lot of us like money. Hi, Pat. We like money, but we don't know what to do with it. We don't know how to make it work for itself. I had to learn the hard way several times. I didn't go to school for business or math, but I ended up dealing with a lot of money and running a few businesses throughout the last 27 years. I've been self-employed, which means I better learn something, right? So we have this mindset, again, these self-limiting beliefs like, do I deserve this money? When I get this money, should I give it away or should I donate? Should I give it to my church? Should I give it to this organization? Maybe I should or shouldn't buy too much these things. Some people just buy way too many things. We've learned that, being home, that we don't need all those things, and you can save that money to learn how to make it grow. You can save that money and take family trips because now you know the beauty. Well, some of you know the beauty. Hi, Marsha. Please tell my buddy I said hello. We know the beauty of family, some of us, and some of us now know that we deserve to give teachers a whole lot more credit than we've been giving them because some of our kids are brats and monsters and have been spoiled, and we never realized it because we're just living life. We're working, going to work, cleaning, cooking, doing whatever we need to do, getting them to practice, all these things. So we see some of it, but now you've seen all of it, so you definitely know to work on that as well. So after we talked about money, I wrapped it up with our spirit because a lot of us, and that's where I picked up the information, a lot of the spiritual and mental and emotional stuff from Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise, my coaches, Derek and Rod, and so many of the other members there that I learned from, Annette and Rhonda and Mike. So anyway, hi, Glenn, how are you? And hey, Christina. And so anyway, how you been? Gosh, good to see you. So anyway, so we talked about our spiritual health, and I did a lot of research for it because I wanted to make it, hey, Sam, I wanted to make it simple. When I say simple, the KISS method, keep it simple, stupid, because sometimes we can get all scientific. We're not science people. Hey, Deb, we get all scientific, all that stuff, and we lose people in the process because everyone learns differently and has different intellectual levels. Doesn't mean you're dumb, just means you learn differently. And so it was so awesome when I did this research with Dr. Vega was his name. The process of what meditation does for us. Some of us think meditation is we sit there, or we sit there in dead silence, right? And we're supposed to take everything out of our mind. We have 86 billion things in our mind in a day, right? And that's why sometimes we have so much to do, we do nothing. Hi, Joanne. So anyway, so I explained that when we do this whole meditation, we're allowing ourselves to think, because this COVID-19 is horrible, horrid. So many people have lost friends and family, and I just happened to lose a friend in Fallsburg, horrible. What a nice guy. When I was in business, he was so kind to my guys, and, he'll be missed. But anyway, whew. So as I was saying, thinking about meditating, when you do this meditation, right, it's not about shutting down the world. It's just about giving yourself time to go through the process that our mind was designed to do. Our bodies are an amazing machine. That's why we can heal ourselves if we do the right things. A lot of people, they get these diagnosed, you're going to die in 6 months. And, 6 years later, they're still around haunting people. No, just kidding. But you know what I mean? So the power that we have instinct and intuition, right? And we have all this drive and all this stuff. This is a machine. And what happens, life has been going so fast with this whole COVID thing. It's horrible, but it's slowed us down to remember. And this is another phrase that you can borrow it, but I developed it in my course when I was working with the ladies, because sometimes we forget who we are, because every day we're waking up, going to work, blocking and tackling, dealing with this, budgeting the money, fixing the family, doing that, all this stuff. You're like a machine gun, AK-47, as my friend Evie would say. And that's how our life goes. And so when we take the time to stop and just chill, listen to the birds, the water, whatever music, no big drums and beats, where you want to bop to or rock to. But you just have time to think. Hi, Hope. You just have time to think. It goes through a process, right? So you first, you have this perception, and then your mind has these little neurons in there doing its thing, and it's filtering stuff out. Hey, Steve. And then it evaluates what has just been taking place or happening, and then you're moved to action. And most of the time, when we make quick, fast actions without taking the time to breathe and thinking what was just said to us or asked of us, we get into trouble. And so we need to slow it down. And so if this COVID-19 hasn't done anything, I pray, hi, Claire, my high school friends are on here. What up? So I pray that we all learn how to do that. So it was really good that some of the people, in the class, spiritual health, hey, Matt, was new to them. And I'm going to be late for a class, but I see more people coming on, and you're important to me. So it was new to them. And I'm going to suggest to you that you find a safe, quiet place. For me, it's here. Nothing beats this water. Nothing beats the birds, even though there's some annoying bugs tonight, but that's because I don't have a fire on tonight. And think about allowing your mind to process things and allowing your body to do what it's supposed to do naturally. And so we wrapped that up. We talked about our ships, our relationships, our relationship with ourselves and others. We talked about, of course, I told you the habits. And we also talked about, these bugs are killing me, our worships. Some of us, we worship some of the wrong things, and we need to think about that. And I'm sure, hey, Bubblicious, we need to think about that, because has that been misleading us? Have there been lies told to us? Hey, Christopher, how are you? We need to evaluate that. I'm not saying that it does or it isn't. Whoever you worship, that's your thing. Whatever grounds you, whatever gets you, keeps you on the right track, go for it. As long as it's working for you. But if it's not, don't be afraid to stop and ask for help or make a change. And then we wrapped it up with entrepreneurship, because let's face it. All right, Lisa, travel safe. Let's face it. Do we really want to go back to some of these jobs when they say we can? I'm just give you a minute to marinate on that while you hear whatever's going by. But think about it. Do we really want to go back to some of these jobs? Do we realize that they were making us much sicker than even some of the bad food we eat? Much sicker than some of our bad habits that we have? So I want you to think about that. And if you're reluctant to go back, not because you're afraid of catching the virus, but you're afraid of stressing yourself out. You're afraid that you've missed so much of your family's lives and your kids are growing up, before your eyes. I used to make a joke about Jazz. She's going to kill me, but who cares? She'll do a TikTok on it. But I used to say that I had her, and then before I knew it, she grew boobies and she was out the door because, I was working 2 jobs when she was little. Then I started the business. Then I was doing network marketing and traveling and having the company and all this stuff that I was doing. She grew up right before my eyes, and then it was time for her to go. And, then I wanted to kill her. So it was perfect time for her to go because then she was that kid that knew everything, But I want you to think about those things and decide what you're going to do, because you still have some time to think about what you're going to do. Don't quit your job. Never do that. But you need to start having a plan B that will move to your plan A if your job has been making you sick. If you know that you need a change, don't fight it. Just do it. Go with it. I'm trying to think what else I wanted to mention. I don't know. I just believe in what I do. For a while, again, there'll be some people that I shock, but for a while there, hi, Teeny. I'm not going to say afraid, but I was hesitant to say I was a coach. I just said I was a speaker because, I'm funny. I share true stories. I'm not afraid to answer questions and tell the truth. But coaching to me took on a whole new responsibility. And, you have to be accountable for certain things. And I wasn't ready to be accountable, or did I think, hey, Lewis, nor did I think I was ready for it. And so teaching this class and having the group of people that were in there, I love you too, having the group of people that were in there really, really, hi, Marcia, pushed me through and let me know that for the last umpteen years, I've been on the right track, because service to many leads to greatness. And there have been so many crappy things that have happened in my life, but there have been 50 times more good things that have happened in my life, purely accidental, because I was in the game, of life, and because I didn't give up, and because I wanted to try things. Now, one of the personality tests that I took, it said that I wasn't a risk taker. So I don't know if I like that, but when I think about it, I'm not a financial risk taker. Like, I'm a little funny about my money. Let me say I used to be, because I do a lot of investing now, more so than ever. But I don't take risk with other people's lives. I don't take risk with other people's emotions and feelings. So I'm going to hope that that's what that part of it translated into. And I really practice what I believe, for those of you who know me. I just believe in lifting people up. It's so easy to tear somebody down so that we can stand up above them, right? But when you lift people up, it's amazing. Today I got a call from someone that I had coached. And it's moments like that, woosah. It's moments like that that change your life. She called, she texted, and she said, do you have a moment? And I said, sure. So she called me, and she told me that she had done something that she had been dying to do at her workplace for a long time, but she didn't have enough balls to do it. She was afraid. She was afraid of the backlash. What could they do? What would happen? What could they do? You're a gift to them. Now, some people work for people and think they're a gift to them. I've had over 150 employees. I can tell you, not everyone was a gift. There were many that were, but not everyone was. Some of them was a job. They were a job, right? But when you know you're accountable, you go to work, you do what's asked of you, and a little bit more, and you help others around you and you teach, you're a gift. Doesn't mean you need to be cocky. Doesn't mean you need to think like they owe you everything. But feel confident in your work that you can be free to be you and speak up for the people who are not represented properly. Speak up for the people who we tend to look over because they may look differently, they may smell differently, their hair might be different. It's human nature, unfortunately. We've been taught that crazy judgmental crap. However, we need to get over it. And if we don't know any other reason why, look around today. we all need to be there for each other. People risk their lives to make sure other people can do and have. So we need to do the same thing. Hi, John. So anyway, I don't want to get all carried away because I do want to catch her Zoom. And you might be able to catch her link on Facebook. I don't know if she has it, but her name is Sue Diamond. And she does a lot for empowering women and money, because that tends to be one of our weaknesses. Not all, but a lot of women. We don't know a lot about money. We used to let, our dads handle the money. Then we let some of our spouses handle the money. And then some of us got it and we just destroy it and we don't handle it right. Some of us are excellent with it. And so we need to learn and share from each other. So if you hear her name and you see her, jump in. Always, she has some amazing things to teach. We all have different skills, traits, and abilities that we can share and help everyone. And so I'm going to close with that and say thank you all for listening and coming on. I know it's dinner time or TV time or family time, whatever it is. But my name is Shirley Felder, and I'm a life coach. And I help people sort through the trash in their lives, which are AKA limiting beliefs, reuse their lessons learned to find their purpose and voice in this life. And I hope that if you see anything going on and you'd like to join in, please do. If you have any questions, you want me to talk about something, you want me to teach a course or something, or go over some things in your life that would help you, please reach out to me. You can find me almost everywhere. My website is shirleyfelder.com, and I'm on Facebook. You guys have a great night. Thank you again for joining us. And Heather, I hope you stayed the whole time. I hope I gave you some insight, but it was a lot of fun, and I'm going to do it again. I'm going to teach some more classes. I think my next one is going to be finding your why, or I might call it something like your secret sauce. I like to throw some food in there. You guys have a great night.